Hey, Peer Youth. So today I will be talking about the next chapter in our Peter series. So today is First Peter 4. And so, yeah, this chapter begins with just Peter encouraging us as Christians to seek righteousness and seek to equip ourselves with the things that God has given us, because others will see our um, us not giving in to the passions of the world, or us not doing the things that they're doing, the sins and that kind of stuff. And they'll see that, and they'll wonder, like, what's different. And also that we'll be prepared. If we do this, we'll be prepared for the end of all things, because he says the end of all things is at hand. So we need to be self-controlled and sober-minded, so that our prayers, for the sake of our prayers. And so we need to be ready for that kind of stuff, because it's coming. And he wrote this 2,000 years ago, so um, it's definitely super applicable to nowadays. And then the second part of this chapter talks about persecution that we experience as Christians, and just how the world will insult us and be against us. And first, it starts, "Do not be surprised at the fiery trial when it comes upon you to test you, as though something strange were happening to you." And compared to other countries, in America, we definitely don't have as intense persecution as other Christians do, but there is still minor persecutions, and our culture is definitely not super aligned with Christianity anymore as it once was. So there definitely is persecutions, whether it be people laughing at you, or not being your friend anymore, or anything like that, or even calling you names, or just thinking you're weird. But we shouldn't be surprised when that comes, and we shouldn't be surprised when people reject us because of the gospel, because Jesus was literally perfect and was God himself, and people rejected him. Um, and one other thing that I noticed in this passage was just how it constantly said that these things are happening for the glory of God, or we do this for the glory of God, or so that God may be glorified. Um, and it says that too in "Yet if anyone suffers as a Christian, let him not be ashamed, but let him glorify God in that name." And then, yeah, there's just a lot of parts where it says, "Also rejoice and be glad when his glory is revealed." So I think that really just shows that it's not about us, and that's why we shouldn't be surprised or distressed when we receive persecution, because, like Jesus said, they're hating Jesus, not us, because they hated him first. And yeah, it's it's a joyous thing when his glory is revealed, and when his glory is shown rather than ours, because he's the one who actually deserves it. He's the one who's given us the ability to even do the kind of stuff that we would take the glory for. So um, if you ever do experience any persecution, just don't take advantage of the grace that God has given us, and give the credit back to him, because otherwise that's just being selfish, like it said not to be. So yeah, that's all I got.